Welcome to the channel. Well, today we're going to talk about gut punches. I've been thinking for quite a while that there were some topics that I wanted to touch upon, but I wasn't quite ready to talk about them. And so maybe because I'm feeling a little glum today, or I'm in the middle of something that's a little weird, yeah, I thought maybe today I would talk about what it feels like to get punched in the gut. It feels different for every one of us, but I guess more importantly, how do we cope with it? How do we deal with it? Is it normal? Is it healthy? I think anyone that puts themselves out there for any reason, whether it's trying to climb the ladder of success, whether it's getting to know new people in new places, try new things, anytime you put yourself out there, you run the risk of what most people would call failure. I don't want to call it failure because failure means it's over. I think it's just a loss, right? We say win and lose, we don't say win and fail. So it's a loss. But some losses are more personal. Some are gut punches. And today, today I'm feeling it. Well, welcome to the channel. I'm Laura, and I hope you'll take a minute to subscribe. We kind of navigate getting older here on the channel and talking about friendship, talking about relationships, talking about our new normal as we all come at this thing called our golden years from different angles. You know, if I was a 30-year-old woman having this conversation today, oh, how different it would be. But I'm 67, and I still can't fathom that I'm dealing with days that I just don't understand why someone said something, why someone did something that was so hurtful. But I'm trying to talk myself through it because it isn't really anything that I want to sit down and talk to any one particular person about, because we all handle those times of serious disappointment. I call it deep disappointment. There's just no answer sometimes, so we dust ourselves off, right? We jump up, dust ourselves off, go take a walk, which is what I did. Find a nice spot to sit outside and kind of let our mind marinate in what happened, with the goal of figuring out how to get through it. So I've mentioned before on the channel that I've been in elected office. I was in elected office for a long time. At the same time, I was running my family business, and politics taught me a lot. The worst thing that I learned from politics is that there really is very little loyalty. And it's a good lesson that you can take into your normal life. And here's why. So when you're elected, you quite naturally, well, people quite naturally gravitate to you because they need, want something from you. Okay, and not everyone, but I can sit back and watch the people that, when I left office, they moved on to the next guy, and then they moved on to the next guy, and so it will go for years and years to come. And it's not like I thought any of those people were my friends, don't get me wrong. They were acquaintances, they were colleagues. They didn't owe me anything. I knew why they were being so nice to me, why they always needed their picture taken with me. And when that was over, when I didn't have that to offer to them anymore, then they just moved on. No problem, I moved on too. The ones that get you, are the people that you had a history with. The people that you invested in, the people that invested in you, and yes, maybe you thought they were your friends. And I say that gently because everyone's response is always, when someone does you wrong, they were never a friend in the first place. Well, you know what, I don't agree with that. I think sometimes things change. I think there are people that come into your life as opportunists but then they develop a friendship with you and they find that you have a lot of shared values and you do things together and you spend time together and you truly get to know each other and you invest in each other. And at some point you become friends. I mean, isn't that what it's all about? We're meant to have relationships with real people, not just with social media. But in politics, there's no room for that 99.9% of the time, because there are people who fall back into the pattern of whoever can give me what I want, whoever I think can give me what I want, because they generally get backstabbed by the people they think are there for them. But you find that what goes around comes around. So does that help me get over, someone who is, who completely was unkind? And I don't want to use loyal like anybody owes me any loyalty. I don't use loyalty in that way. I just mean loyalty's earned, right? We establish a relationship with someone, and after time we quite naturally know that we can trust them because they've never done anything that didn't continue to help us see that they were someone that we could trust. So trust, loyalty, I don't know, maybe I'm using the wrong word. So it's a gut punch when someone like that shows you their true self, that you just didn't suit. They didn't want you around. They thought that having you around would hurt them and hurt their goals and hurt what other people who they wanted to be who they thought were their new friends, would think of them. And that happens all the time in politics, and you just brush yourself off. The ones that hurt are the ones that became more than just colleagues, the ones that you mentored that turned into friendships. And it happens with friendship too. And so the reason I bring up the politics is for two reasons. Number one, politics has broken up so many friendships. We're so conscious of each other's political views. Many of us are conscious of our friends' views because we see it on social media. I've talked about that before. We're in each other's business without even realizing when we're in each other's business, because the world's changed. We talk about different things, we prioritize different things, we're stressed out over different things. So how do you, when you lose a friend because of politics, when you lose a friend because of a serious illness, your friend has changed, they're not the same person that you used to know, and maybe because of that, they've pushed you away. They've said awful things to you that they never would have said if they were healthy. And I know people have experienced both things. Gosh, it's so much like being in political office. I can't tell you. I've been sitting here all morning thinking about, wow, life shows you what it wants to show you. Relationships are not that different depending on how you come at them, depending on the setting. So how do we handle that gut punch, and how do we work through it? I have told myself over the last couple of days, last week and a half, that it's up to me to be who I want to be. And at the end of the day, and many of you have said it, you have to just depend on yourself. I don't say I'm my own best friend. I like myself. I like to be with myself. I love to be with my husband. My husband can't solve everything. Some things I just have to work through for myself. I have to ask myself why it happened. Why was I blindsided? Why did I not know that it was a possibility? What changed in the relationship that I stopped looking at it clearly? Or do I want to live like that? Do I want to live a life where I'm constantly looking over my shoulder and second guessing everything that everyone in my life that matters to me says and does? I don't want to live like that. So how I'm handling it is I'm reminding myself of all the great things that have happened, the good things that have happened, the positive, the happy things that have happened, the people that have reached out. Out of the clear blue sky yesterday, it was like meant to be. I was going through this whole poor me, and I got a text picture from someone I worked with many years ago who was now working with someone else who I had worked with in a completely different place many years ago. But now they know each other and they're working together, and they were thinking of me, and they thought enough 10 years later to send me a picture and tell me how much my mentorship to them meant over the years. We get so caught up in the negative things because they seem to be bigger, heavier on our heart, that we forget about all those little minutes that make us who we are and make us content, make us happy. Not every day is going to be a happy day. People do let you down. People are, well, they let you down, but they show you their true selves, and it makes you a little bit better. It makes you a little bit wiser. I guess my complaint is I'm 67. I feel, how much wiser do I need to get? When is this going to stop? But I guess it's the messy side of being open to having friends and relationships and trying new things and having things work out and having things blindside you. Well, thanks for stopping by the channel. I hope you'll subscribe. I'm going to work through this day and work through what I'm feeling like. It's always a good reminder that we always need to force ourselves to step back and reflect on our part of it, their part of it. Should we have known? But it's okay. It's okay to feel upset. It's okay to feel sad. It's okay to go through these periods of loneliness when you, not like you don't have anyone to talk to, but you really just want to self-reflect. You don't want to share. Not everything has to be shared. And it's a good reminder. Well, thanks for stopping by the channel. I'm going to sit out here in the backyard and finish my coffee and kind of brush off and get back out there. So I hope you have a great day. Look forward to seeing you the next time. And I'd love to hear, how do you work through those times that just seem so difficult to get through? Take care. Bye-bye.